Hey folks, Dr. McCarthy here, and I want to welcome you to today's video in our series of videos that leading up to our new workshop series. We'll be doing free weekly workshops here in the office to educate and empower folks in the area or folks anywhere over the internet in order to help regain their health and get their life back. Today we're going to talk about the connection between leaky gut syndrome and ADHD. And this is a huge but unfortunately overlooked connection. And it's really is near and dear to my heart. It's terrible that many of these kids are just being given drugs. They're being given methamphetamine to get them to sit still in school and to kind of not bother anybody else. When many times the driving issue behind this hyperactivity is food sensitivities. Yet these kids never get checked, obviously, unless they come into my office. One of the things that we see is that many kids who are on this spectrum have gluten sensitivity. Heck, over 40% of this country is gluten sensitive. And it's a much higher percentage of kids who are on the spectrum. Probably more like 75 to 80% of the kids on the spectrum have a gluten sensitivity. Yet you need to know what you're doing when you run the test. First, you got to run the proper test. Secondly, you've got to interpret it properly. And it's just not done out there in the traditional approach. So this is something that we work on, probably for the past 15 years or so, we've been screaming about this. I was the very first certified gluten coach in the state of North Carolina. I've been doing this for a long time, and the science has evolved. And the problem is, it's starting to trickle into traditional healthcare now, but they are starting to do what I was doing 15 years ago. You got to catch up. You got to get up to speed. So, if you're okay giving your kid methamphetamine for the rest of their life to get them to sit still, methamphetamine to a young developing brain, then you probably don't want to come to this workshop. But if you think that approach is a disaster, then you've got to get to the workshop. Look, if you don't have a kid who's on the spectrum, you know somebody who does. These kids, you parents, need to hear this information. This is life-changing information. What happens is you eat these foods and it creates a leaky gut syndrome where the tight junctions between the cells in your intestines kind of separate. You lose those tight junctions. And this creates massive amounts of inflammation. It creates malabsorption. It creates nutrient deficiencies. The inflammation then, because of the gut-brain connection, inflammation now gets into the brain. Brain doesn't function properly. And that's the very definition of, the gut-brain connection is the gut. You develop leaky gut, and it's got an impact on your brain. And this is one of the driving forces we see behind ADHD and all other kinds of chronic health problems, digestive problems, autoimmune issues, fibromyalgia, thyroid problems, autoimmune, arthritis, migraines, weight loss resistance, chronic pain. So if you or someone you know and love are dealing with these issues, you need to get to the workshop. Seating is limited, so you've got to RSVP. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to put an RSVP link down in the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, again, we'll have it in the description box. You must click the link and reserve your seat. As well, you can always give us a call. Our phone number is 252-758-2222. And Michelle or one of the girls can get you all set up with your reservation completely free, purely educational. Bring a friend with you. Life-changing information. Again, like our page, like the video, comment, share, YouTube. You can subscribe. Any questions, put them in the comments section or reply to the video, and I will get back with you as soon as can be. I hope to help you get your life back soon. Thank you. God bless you.